Salam alaikum, alaikum salam. Buenos dias, buenos dias. Peace and blessings be to the family. Another day, another dollar, 71 degrees. Cloudy, but warm. 71, not too much air flowing. Enough to breathe. Nothing much, guys. I pray you guys are doing great. I pray your family members are doing well. You guys could, whoever's interested could always reach me at w3qin1973@gmail.com. w3qin1973@gmail.com. I also have another email address, tatazongo21 at yahoo.com. tatazongo21 at yahoo.com. Another day, another dollar, making a donuts. Give me 1 second, guys. You know how it is. Yes, sir. So, like always, guys, coming in another video, something important to speak about, because I see that these things do happen, and it happens more often than likely. And these are things that we as godfathers, godmothers, godsons ourselves, goddaughters ourselves, we have to learn how to deal with these situations. And don't take these matters to a level that should not be taken to. Because we are human beings. At the end of the day, we are different. We have different spirits, different personalities, different likes, different don't likes. So what am I speaking about? Okay, very simple. I'm speaking about this conception that people think that when they're under their godfathers and godmothers, or they're in a munanso, that everything is going to be cookies and cream. That is never going to be dislikes, misunderstandings between either the godchildren and one another, or between the godparents with the godchildren. And this is a misnomer. This is not the way humanity works. Do we wish that things would not be this way, that there won't be disagreements, dislikes, maybe times where you might not, and it goes both ways. Either the godparent might not speak to the godchild for whatever reason it may be. You might not even know, but you might feel the tension, and they might not reach out to you, or you might not reach out to them. 1 second, guys. Making the donuts. And these are situations where people have to, we all have to learn how to deal with. The godfathers have to learn how to deal with it, and the godchildren have to learn how to deal with it, because things are not that serious. You understand? And I'm talking about people that get upset for any little thing, people that don't understand that too much of something becomes sometimes boring, sometimes like overwhelming, and we as humans, we get tired very fast. You understand? We get tired very fast, meaning if if I was to call you every single day, you guys that are watching me, every single day, and we would talk and talk and talk and talk and talk every single day, at one point, either you or I or both of us are going to get tired of each other. Why? Because we're human. And we exhaust. We could have exhausted ourselves in that. Give me 1 second. Okay. Right? So even sometimes, right, people need space. And it's like everything in relationships, even in the relationships, you know, if you're the type that you're constantly nagging, talking to your wife, you're gonna get tired. She's gonna get tired. And vice versa. And I'm just taking it to verbal conversation. I'm not taking it to anything else. Verbally conversations, studying the practice, we could take it there. Also, when you have homework to do and you're studying, you know, and you're constantly trying to learn, you know, it becomes overwhelming sometimes for all of us, for the teachers and the students. You know, so, you know, there are times where, you know, you might have a misunderstanding or not an argument, like a misunderstanding with your elders or your elders with you. Either because they might see you not applying yourself too much to the learning, or you not meeting up to their expectations, and vice versa. You might feel that they're not meeting up to your expectations for what you thought or think that you should be learning or should be receiving or have or whatever. See, these things go both ways. You understand? And then you got to understand maturity levels also. You know, maturity levels. You got to also understand the differences of lives that one another have had, the different upbringings, the different understandings. See, we are different. People are not the same. People are not going to agree on everything you agree upon. People are not going to look at the things the same way you might look at something or understand something. This is part of humanity. You understand? This is who we are. Morning. This is part of humanity. This is who we are. So with this understanding and knowing this, we have to understand that we're not going to all agree upon every single thing. We all get tired. We all get exhausted mentally, physically. We all get, you know, overwhelmed. And this is just part of life. These are things that happen. Now, the problem is when you're going to hold it against someone, or against your godfather or your godson or goddaughter or vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Look good. But anyway, you know, that's the problem. When either or parties take it to an extent where it should not be taken to, because this is part of humanity. You understand? And this is where, if you don't, I gotta take a trash can that's in the middle of the street and I can't get through. Give me 1 minute. And these are things where you don't, where you can't, you have to watch it. Whether goddaughter, godson, or godfathers, godmothers have to watch it, because, you know, things that are not that serious should not be taken to another level, because it could easily spark into something that's not that serious. Just because there's a miscommunication, a misunderstanding, or just because the expectation of certain person, whether godfather or godson or goddaughter, wasn't there, or whatever, or you missed a day out of class, or he didn't teach a class, or she didn't teach a class, or, you know, it could go different ways. And or you might feel as though there's preferences. One is there's a preference between certain godchildren than you. You know, these little things like that are things that bring real quick problems in a munanso. And I'm only putting these videos out for we can understand and we could look at things and evaluate what is it, or what can cause a quick spark, a quick misunderstanding, a quick problem in this practice being under either you being a elder to your flock, or vice versa, you being under someone and you're in someone's flock, or you're part of a flock. You know, this happens both ways. The reason why I say it this way is because I'm a godfather, but I also have a godfather. Sorry I'm eating, but I was supposed to start eating at 10:30. I have a schedule, guys, you know. So me being a godfather and having a godfather also, I gotta apply it in both ways. You know, it just can't be one way. You know, and we also have to understand that not everyone is going to learn at the same pace. Not everyone is going to teach at the same pace or at the same levels. Everyone is different. Some people have to be taught manually. Like me, I'm more of a person hands-on. I like to be in front and look at things while you're explaining to me. I'm there seeing. That's who I am. That's how I comprehend better. Others could hear and pick up. Others could just look at it and already they memorize it or know what to do. And others are like me, that could do, you know, have to have hands-on for a lot of things. Some got good memories, some don't. You understand? Some got good visual, that when they see, they could pick it up, memorize it. They got that picture, like it's like a camera. Like they could take a picture of it and it stays in their head. Some can't. Hold on 1 second, guys. And that's life. And that's life, guys. You know, this is just things. Sorry. These are just things that we as humans, sorry that I'm talking while eating while talking, that we all go through. You know, and that's not even saying the life that we have on the side. Everybody has a life. You know, you have children, you have wives, husbands, work, responsibilities, things that have to be done around the house, things that have to be done to your vehicles, things that you have to do, you know, all your things that you have to do with your children or your kids, or stuff that goes and happens in life issues, life problems, setbacks. There's a lot, and some people are how can I let me bring this up with this damn music. Some people in these traditions are people that this is all they do. Every day of the month, of the years, all they doing is studying, practicing, working the tradition. Is all they do. Some of them have the time. Some of them make the time because of whatever circumstance it works out for them, and they could put 24/7 into their practice. A lot of us can't. A lot of us have other things to do, and we can't be 24 hours practicing the tradition. It's just impossible for us. But a lot can. You understand? But all of these little things that we got to look at, all these little nuances, and this is where I see that a lot of us either leave mudanzas, or we get thrown out, or let's say we as elders might get rid of one godson or goddaughter because of these little nuances, these little things that really are not that serious. And the reason why I'm making this video is because I myself know myself, and all true person who is real to themselves and is honest is going to have these issues where they got children and they got parents. No one here could tell me they ain't never going to have these issues. If you're true to yourself and honest to yourself, you're going to go through this, and not just once, more than once. So be prepared to try to understand, and I'm speaking for both parties, elders, male or females, and godchildren. And if it ain't that deep, don't take it there. You understand? Because, like I say, a lot of one thing gets you tired. Mentally, emotionally, physically, it drains you. And you have to pause sometimes and disconnect for a little while and freshen up and come back and keep on going forward. Because if you don't do that, you might end up making something small bigger than what it is, and taking it too far, where there's disrespect, where there's arguments, where there's even altercations. You have to watch it. And I'm saying this because we are humans, and this stuff has happened. Think about what I said, guys. I wish you the best. Be safe. Be blessed. I'm making a donut. As you can see, I'm even eating my lunch. I'm going to pull up and finish eating my lunch. Leave a comment. Subscribe to the channel. Share, brothers and sisters. Let's share so we can be able to build and keep on doing what we love to do. Salam alaikum, salam, be safe, be blessed.